Welcome guys to another video, and they're giving us a Black Friday event, and I honestly like it. Well, in some ways. We'll get through it. They're having a huge update. It's not just an event. There's way more than that. There's specializations on sale. And there is even this. Look, we can earn double Plum Bob points for this whole week. As you know, the Mayor's Pass is ending. So they're giving us all these updates at one time, which is what I like. You know, it's making changes. It's making changes real fast, too. It's really kind of a mega update to just have more than just an event track, which is disappointingly what I usually see as an update. So I'm glad that we get that. So people that like Mayor's Pass and don't want to compete in this event can also get double points. So here we go. It's called the Black Friday bonus event. Now look, the rewards from purchases, it is going to be more for Black Friday. It is going to be more. You're going to be able to get more event points for purchases. However, let's look at this. As we can see, these are all the items, and there is a lot. There's a lot. It's a mega event, kind of. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 13 items. Normally, in a typical event, there's probably 10. So it's kind of a mega event. We got a lot of rewards. I'm going to go through each one, rate them, review them. But first off, the thing where they say you're going to get more points for event purchases, it's just money grabbing. Just simple as that. I've seen on the comments that people have complained about this, and it's kind of sad, really. These Black Friday deals are that they just want to grab your money sometimes, and especially in this game, they have the more points for the more you buy with real money. It's just money grabbing. I've seen a lot of people complain about it. I recommend, don't waste your money. It's kind of a money grabbing scheme, essentially, because they make the event a little longer. At the same time, you can do really good at the event if you purchase stuff. You can do a little better, but, that's going to be costly, and it's kind of trying to get their money. So be careful with spending real money. I advise not to, and if you are, do not spend big amounts. Do not, because I've heard the stories of people, losing $100. Yes, I'm not kidding. I heard this story. Someone lost their items. They paid $100 on the game. Don't do that. Don't spend, outrageously on this game, because it's not worth it, frankly. But okay, let's get through these rewards. The first rewards are beach items, and, well, that's really good. And honestly, I'm going to try in this event because that's impressive. You know why? Because usually the first reward is going to be simoleons, and this will help you expand your beach, and you only get these from thought bubbles, so it will be easier to expand your beach. And I like how you start an event on a good note. Usually you start with 3,000 simoleons, and people you'll roll your eyes, probably like, typical reward, I can get that real easily. But, they actually gave us a good thing to start off. You think it gets better? Well, in reality it doesn't. But you get VOO items. VOO items, those are very essential. They're giving you a lot of items from a variety of different aspects of the game, your different needs. If you're trying to launch VOO disasters, this will be very important, to get those rewards. I like how they're giving all these items. It's amazing, really. So then they give us an Automoke Forest. And now, this is where it declined. I've complained about this multiple times. I think the Brass Arch Bridges event, the last event we saw, was a good example of this. Is that I'm tired of seeing landscape specializations in event tracks. Just because if you look at the boost, it's a 10x10 area, 12% boost. And it's just a forest. It's very easy to get in the landscape category. I don't think it's worthy of being an event reward. It's just not worthy, frankly. And it's cheap. It's barely any boost. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And I'm just gonna say it again. I'm tired of seeing these bad specializations in the event track. These bad specializations are around all the time. The whole point of an event should be for people to get good rewards easily. That should be the point, right? That's why it's so special. If your rewards, it doesn't have to be easily, but if you work hard for something, well, if you try to complete this event, you should be able to get good rewards, not crappy landscape rewards. And frankly, probably a lot of people that get these probably won't even end up using them. So let's get through this. City storage items, 6 each. Now, this impresses me. It honestly does, because 6. Usually it's free, and it's 6 now. So that's a lot, because storage space is low. I've talked about this in a recent past video where there's not enough storage, and now we're gonna get 6 of each item, which for a lot of people will allow them to increase their storage, and this will be very good for them to store more items. So this is very important. I'm glad that they did this. I always look forward to events because those storage items and like the VU items and the beach items, they're always hard to get because you can barely find them on the global trade market. And you can't produce them. And the only way you can get them is through thought bubbles. And essentially, a lot of that is just luck. A lot of that is just waiting around. And you can't pick and choose, and it could take forever. It could take forever to get these items. So I appreciate it when they give us an event where they give us an easy opportunity to get these items that for some of us may take a long time to get. Honestly, because it's just hard. Now, I don't know what this means, but they divide it into 3 different colors. You got blue, purple, and then the lighter shade of purple, and then you got kind of a pinkish color at the end. I think they're doing that now because as tier rewards, I guess the one pink color, that's tier 3 rewards, purple's tier 2, blue's tier 1, but I don't know if that's in order because this reward is so bad. This is one of the worst reward. A health clinic, 12 by 12 services. Okay. Well, this is bad because I'm frankly shocked because I saw there was an event in the past that had this, and it's ridiculous. Why they're going to give us a service as a reward. A health clinic. That's it. It's not a specialization. It doesn't boost your population. Frankly, I don't know if you guys share this opinion, but services are not something we want. And what I mean is that we kind of need them for our cities because our Sims will move out if we don't get them. But it's not something like a specialization that will boost our cities. It's kind of a burden, kind of. We got to spend simoleons. We got to find area for these things like hospitals, fire stations, and police departments. And it becomes a burden, essentially. And for it to get a free one, I guess it's good. But at the same time, we want specializations. And now, for some lower-level players, for some maybe not-so-rich players, this may be good because maybe it's hard. If you're struggling to buy these, then this is obviously good. But at the same time, let's say if you have over 500,000 simoleons, then you're probably rolling your eyes at this like I am now because it's like insane because you can just easily buy that and you don't really need it sometimes. So it's ridiculous why they're putting a service in there. And I don't like to see that. Kind of makes me cringe why services are there. The whole point of services is that you buy it from your taxpayer simoleons, which you get from your Sims if you keep them happy. And I believe specialization should be more there, and it's kind of sad to put a service there. One city expansion deed, I like this because this is actually extremely good, honestly, because let me show you something real quick. As you can see, for me right now, it's costing this. Look, I'm 14 dozer wheels away, and I'm 1 dozer blade away from expanding this city area. That's a lot. And frankly, I saw this problem that the dozer wheel, it never comes up in the thought bubbles, at least barely. And it's very hard to get. It's one of the hardest items to get for expansion items. And expanding our city in general is already hard. So it's going to be very good to do it for just 1 deed. Like, that's it. Use this deed to expand your city area once for free. You don't have to collect all those items. It won't take your storage space. It's amazing. It's amazing. You don't have to waste all the storage space of hoarding, a bunch of different expansion items, and you can finally expand to what you want. I recommend expanding, if you get that, I recommend expanding the area that's gonna cost the most materials. For example, this one costs 15. However, this one over here costs 8. I'm gonna use the one that costs 15 because that's gonna be harder to collect 15 because I'll probably never have enough storage space for that. So the deed is gonna be very useful. And I'm going to be, glad to use it. This is actually a major event, a major update. They're making moves. I think it's amazing. So let's go, Black Friday bonus event. 15 golden keys, yes! 15 golden keys! That's a lot. And frankly, I want to get that. You know why? Because they're having a sale, which I'll get to in a little bit of my video, but 15 golden keys... We can buy so much specializations, especially with the sale prices. Well, not so much, but we can buy a good one or two. And it's really good to collect also. 15 at one time, so they went big, honestly. I thought the trash little updates were bad, honestly, and I'm almost about to email the devs, but, they actually went and made a mega update. They made big changes. They stepped up, and I want to say kudos to SimCity Build It and the people at EA, because they really stepped up for a mega event. For it wasn't like a holiday like Christmas or Halloween. It was just Black Friday, which is not really an official holiday, and they stepped up for something like this. I just want to say I'm really impressed. I honestly am. So then you have Cottage in the Forest, and this is a 16 by 16 area, 30% boost. Do not open the book. Okay, Cottage in the Forest. So, let me just say, aesthetically judging, this is a bad specialization. Okay. There's nothing really special with it. It's a house in a forest. What is so special with that? It reminds me of the completely normal house from the Halloween event. It's just a house, right? And I know it gives a big boost, and I know it's a forest, but it's pretty basic aesthetic-wise, and I wouldn't call it cool, let's just say. But it does have that boost, and, I'm sure that will help. A 16 by 16 area at a 30% boost could count as a really good specialization, because once that starts, yeah, that's a good specialization. So that will cover a lot of area, and that will boost your population, so, it's worth it to get. But I have aesthetic concerns about that. But look at this. 20 platinum keys. 20! That's amazing. You know why? Because platinum keys are the rarest currency to get. And frankly, they're really hard. And for some of us, it's hard to find time to get them because they're time consuming. We gotta, win challenges in our clubs, which is not always easy. Doing contests of mayors, doing different stuff. So 20 platinum keys, that's a big boost, essentially, for us to get so much when they're usually so hard to get and so rare to find. So that's amazing where we can be able to easily get them. Wow, this is going to be a super long video, guys, because theirs is a super mega update, essentially. And I really just crazy. Now, this one, I'm sure a lot of us, when we saw this, we were getting excited because I know there's different groups of people in the game. There's different people that play the game, and I know there's some people that love war. And if you're one of those people, 10,000 war simoleons, dang. Because you can buy so many war items that you can keep launching war. And if you like war, which it's pretty fun, that will be really good. So it's really exciting. Not any time in my memory have they given out war simoleons in an event. At least it's been a long time. And not only that, but they give out 10,000. So not only did they give us all these updates, but what they did was that they gave us a super event. They gave us an event that was longer, and they not only gave us a regular event, they gave us an event with super rewards. And I honestly probably, it might be one of the best updates. There's been better updates for specializations, but I'm just impressed with the effort of the stacked rewards, all these rewards. 250 sim cash. This is like the mega rich event for Black Friday. This is like the mega rich event. If we complete this event, we're going to become mega rich in platinum keys, war simoleons, golden keys, and now sim cash. 250 sim cash. That's a lot. That's a lot because people sometimes have to buy that with real money. And let me go check real quick. 250. As you see, that costs $5 normally, but right now it actually is on sale for $2. However, this sale will be ending the time you guys see this. But anyways, the sim cash, giving all that sim cash away, that's insane. That's insane. And that's going to be very good because I know people have trouble finding this. Now, we've went through all those good rewards. Now, this is the point where we get a little, disappointed at the grand prize. Now, I liked what they did. I honestly did. I liked all this. I liked, it's Currency Mania. I'm going to call this event Currency Mania because all these currencies with big amounts, we can all get rich real quick. Get rich quick. That's really the theme of this event. But then they cap it off with this, Maxis Manor. Well, it's 22 by 22 area, and it functions as police, fire, and health services. Now, Maxis Manor is really good. It costs 1,000 SimCash. It's honestly really good, and I want it. I want it. It's hard to get 1,000 SimCash, so it's very good. It saves a lot of space because it's a little building that covers police, fire, and health instead of having to have police departments, fire stations, and hospitals all taking up all that space. But at the same time, I just wish that the grand prize was like this mega specialization. I'm going to call it the currency because as we saw, there was only the Cottage Forest. Cottage in the Forest was the only new specialization. Besides that, we got nothing else. And that's a little disappointing because when I look at these events, I look for limited time specializations as a key to success in these events. But besides that, they did good. I felt the lack of specialization rewards was a little alarming, especially since they expanded slots. They could have expanded more specializations because I think specializations are very important for a lot of us, helping boost our population. But, Max's Man are still good. I'm just a little disappointed that we didn't get, the big specializations or whatever. So, wow, this was a long video, just realizing that. But this is a long update, essentially. This was a mega update, and they really worked. And one more thing before I go, guys, they had a lot of sales as well. I mean, you look at all this stuff, the parks and stuff. Look at this, Plum Bob Park, 70 SimCash. Look at all this. I'm not going to go for every price. It'll take forever on this already long video. But as you can see, a lot of this stuff is a lot cheaper. The parks are a lot cheaper, but, I would recommend the better deals. And I'm talking about some of the best deals, which are going to be in the entertainment specialization. These are the big specializations. These are the mega specializations. Besides, of course, the gambling specializations and the landmark specializations are close with this, but I'd say this is one of the best right here besides those two, the gambling and the landmarks. But besides that, the entertainment, you have sports stadiums. You really have a vibrant urban scene when you add entertainment specializations. It's always very important, especially for an aesthetic value, plus a population boost. So when we get it cheaper, it's insane. Like 8 keys for a track and field stadium. Look at this, 20 by 20 area, 50% boost, 10 keys for a baseball stadium. Now, unfortunately, these prices were not on sale for the gambling specializations. It's not going to count, on the gambling specializations. So remember in my past video, I pointed this out a few times that gambling specializations are the best specializations in the game. Well, at 50% off, you look at the price here. This is a 16 by 16 area, 60% boost for 12 keys. And you look at the entertainment here. Let's look at the baseball stadium. This is a 20 by 20 area, a 50% boost for 10 keys. Now it's about the same. So since it's about the same when it's 50% off, that just shows that the gambling specializations are already 2 times as better than the entertainment specializations. That's just how it works. So, as you can see, the football stadium is only 275 SimCash. That's really good, because this is one of the best specializations you can buy with SimCash. If you were ever going to buy a specialization with SimCash, go buy that. The soccer stadium, I know a lot of us, or not a lot of us, but, it's just one of the most popular sports in the world, soccer. Soccer stadium, I think it's very important. A stadium, I'm going to be going on a shopping spree. However, I am broke. And what's funny is that I kind of went on a shopping spree, and if you saw my past video, I did build this, dumb lake. Now, can I get a refund? Let's see, can I get a refund? No, I do not get a refund. So, unfortunately, in my past video, when I built that lake, that ended up costing me about 15 keys, and I untimely did that, well, I did that right before this event. So, I have a choice to make. What I'm going to do instead of, competing in the event, typical event, they made this good event, and I may have been praising it throughout this video, but I forgot to mention something that's very important. You cannot get event points for building buildings like you normally do. Unfortunately, the only way to get these crazy event points are in purchases, and this is trying to take our money. They're asking us to spend so much money. Now, let's look at the event purchases, because we know you can get 300 points for 99 cents. Now, it says you get 800 points for $100. Don't go that route, because you should not spend $100 in this game, period, ever. It's just a waste of money to spend hundreds of dollars. And this is just a money-grabbing scheme, and I've seen people complain about the game being a money-grabbing game, and I defended it. I said that it wasn't, but Unfortunately, this was a really good event, but it can only be available to us who buy stuff, and I don't want to do that. I think that's a complete waste of money. However, it's not too much. You will get 300 points per dollar purchase. Make sure you keep making a bunch of dollar purchases if you can. I don't know how many will be available, though, because there's going to be different offers also throughout the weekend, I believe. Especially, there should be some on Black Friday, I believe. In your those offers should be in your shop. There'll be different offers, but I think it's just ridiculous that you have to buy it with real money to get these awesome stuffs. Again, as we said, it was a currency-oriented event where we could get all of this cool stuff, get really rich, get rich quick. However, we have to buy. The cheapest route you get 300 points for $1. Usually a typical event, it will take about 1,800 points. But that I see that there's more slots. So, it's going to be longer than a typical event. So, it's going to be at least $6. You're going to have to spend at least $6 at a minimum. And you're probably you might spend like 7 or 8, and that's if you do dollar purchases. I don't know if those are going to be all available. Again, if it's a $10 purchase, a $5 purchase, you only get 300. Once $15 and up, you'll get 400 points. But if you get the $100 purchase, you get 800 points, which it's just money grabbing essentially. So get the cheapest possible if you're going to do this. It's going to cost you maybe around almost $10, which is not too much considering. But you have to take the right route again, because there could be some people. I was confused at this because it said, $100 for 800 points. Well, if people want more points, they could just go and say, oh, I'm going to buy $100 worth of purchases. Well, that's a waste, essentially. So be careful. Don't waste your real money on this stuff. I recommend saving your money. However, if you do have it, if you want to get some of these rewards, you can. Through $1 purchase, you'll get 300 points, which will, just for $1, you should be able to get the beach expansion items, the VU items, and maybe the Autumn Forest. So, I don't want to buy it right now, but if you have it, it should just be a few dollars. You might be able to, but I'm just saying it's the ethics of the thing is that I'm tired of the money grabbing thing, that it's something people have complained about, and essentially they prove that they give us an event, one of the best events I've seen in a long time, a mega update, and then they have an event where the only way, you can't get it from building, the only way to get these items is to spend real money. The only way. It's the only way. And I just, I wish we would have got something where players that didn't want to spend money and didn't want to spend money could get this stuff. And frankly, I'm not going to do it. I recommend that you don't save your money, unless you want to, of course, but I recommend not. I'm not going to. It's going to cost you some money, and that's ridiculous. I mean, do you understand how ridiculous this is? They're having an event that's charging you money, essentially, and it's not like a premium pass from Contest of Mayors. This is a regular event, and it's really discriminating against those of us who just want to play for free, and it's kind of ridiculous. Overall, in all time, I've spent I spent $2 on the game. $2, and I don't want to spend much more. Honestly, I'm not going to spend anytime soon. But there's people I've seen tweets that there's people that spend $100. And one time they lost their stuff. I read this somewhere. I felt like on Twitter I read that. But $100, or maybe Reddit, doesn't matter. $100 they bought stuff and they lost it. So it's a waste of money sometimes because the game might glitch. But also that you have to end, at the end of the day, it's just a video game. And that a game like this, you don't need to spend money. It's not a game-oriented. And in reality, there is no game, really, that you have to spend money. People say that because it's easier if you spend money sometimes, because you might be getting better stuff. But in reality, you can still succeed without spending money. You can still do as good as anyone that spends money. Someone that spends $0 can do just as good as someone that spends $100. They may have less stuff, But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's about ambition and just playing the game, skill, building your city, or going in war, or doing contest of mayors, whatever your skill is, and all of those are free. So, it's just a money-grabbing scheme. Try to avoid it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate if you read the description. I hope you have a good day. Happy Black Friday. Hopefully you got some good deals at the store. But they're not giving us good deals on SimCity Build It, so it's kind of a bum, but it's kind of a bummer, but hey, we're going to get 50% off entertainment, education, and park specializations, which for the entertainment, I would go for those. I'd go for get the keys. I'd go try to collect keys this week instead of wasting your time purchasing, because if you have it, of course, it's easy. You don't have to go through the time of building, but at the same time, it's just a waste with all this. Thank you guys. Have a good day.